What if the store you trust the most is spying behind your back? For decades, Costco has built its reputation on cheap hot dogs, oversized shopping carts, and the idea that you're always getting the best deal. To millions of families, the Costco warehouse is almost sacred, a place where you can stretch your dollar further and stock up on everything you could possibly need. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Behind those smiling greeters and towering shelves, Costco has been quietly running a game that most shoppers never realize. On the surface, it looks like bargain heaven, but the deeper you look, the more you find tactics, secrets, and policies designed to squeeze just a little more out of your wallet. And in 2025, some of those secrets are being exposed in ways that even loyal customers can't ignore. From hidden price codes and secret symbols on the shelves, to controversial new policies and even shocking product recalls, Costco's polished image is starting to crack. The company would love for you to keep believing in the myth of endless bargains, but the reality is far more complicated, and once you see the full picture, you might never shop the same way again. In early 2025, Costco quietly rolled out a change that left thousands of longtime shoppers stunned. For years, early risers loved hitting the warehouse right at opening time to enjoy a rare moment of calm before the aisles turned into a sea of oversized carts. But starting this year, Costco slammed the brakes on that tradition. Now only executive members, the ones paying nearly double for their membership, are allowed through the doors between 9 and 10 a.m. Everyone else? You're stuck waiting outside until the clock hits official opening. At first glance, it looks like a simple perk. Pay more, get more. Fair enough, right? But scratch the surface and the story changes. That single hour isn't just about convenience, it's about access. Executive members now get the first pick at new shipments, seasonal items, and those limited deals that tend to vanish by noon. Regular Gold Star members walk in later to find shelves half empty, longer lines, and deals that have already been snatched up. Shoppers have been voicing their frustration online. Stories have surfaced of families being turned away at the door, told they'd have to wait outside even in bad weather because their membership wasn't good enough. And while Costco frames this as a simple reward system, it feels like something more manipulative. This isn't just customer service, it's pressure. Pressure to upgrade, to hand over more money, just to feel like you're not being left behind. The move feels especially sharp because Costco built its reputation on no matter who you were, every member walked through the same warehouse doors. But now, that promise is broken. And if Costco is willing to split its shoppers into tiers over one early hour, you have to wonder, what other advantages are being tucked away behind the velvet rope? Step inside Costco and it looks like everything is laid bare, pallets stacked high, prices on giant signs, nothing hidden. But in reality, the price tags themselves are speaking in code, and unless you know how to read them, you're missing the real story. Take a look at the last two digits of the price. If you see .97, that's not random. It's a manager's markdown, often a clearance deal that's being quietly pushed out the door. See .88 or .00, that's even rarer, usually meaning the product is discontinued or the buyer scored a special deal from the supplier. These are the golden tickets for shoppers who know the game, but the real secret lies in a tiny symbol most people never notice, the asterisk in the corner of the sign. That little star doesn't look like much, but it's the kiss of death for that product. It means Costco is done with it. Maybe it's seasonal, maybe the contract fell through, or maybe it just didn't sell well enough. Whatever the reason, that item isn't coming back. Once it's gone forever. Now here's the clever part. Costco knows exactly what that star does to your brain. It triggers urgency. You see it and suddenly feel like you have to buy the item now, because tomorrow might be too late. In reality, Costco just convinced you to spend money on something you probably didn't plan on. Former employees have admitted online that they used to watch shoppers scoop up entire shelves of a product the second they saw that little star. People weren't buying because they needed it. They were buying because Costco made them feel like they might lose it. So while most shoppers think they're scoring insider deals, the truth is the system is scoring you. Every Costco fan loves to brag about two things: the $1.50 hot dog combo and the $4.99 rotisserie chicken. These items are practically legends, unchanging symbols of Costco's commitment to value. But here's the truth Costco doesn't shout about. Those chickens and hot dogs are costing them millions. The company actually loses money on both year after year, and they're perfectly fine with it. Why? Because these aren't just cheap meals. They're bait. Retailers call them loss leaders, products priced so low they pull you in, knowing you'll spend way more once you're inside. Costco doesn't care if you walk out with a hot dog. They care if you walk out with a flat-screen TV, a diamond ring, and a pallet of protein powder you never planned to buy. Even the placement is part of the strategy. Notice how the rotisserie chicken is always at the back of the store? You have to weave through rows of snacks, gadgets, and clothing just to reach it. By the time you grab that chicken, you've passed a dozen displays screaming for your attention. And here's a fun detail. Some shoppers have tracked the cost of Costco's chicken over the years. The feed, the labor, the packaging, all of it adds up to more than $4.99. Costco keeps the price frozen anyway because the chicken is a brand symbol. It's proof that Costco cares about value, even while other parts of the store quietly make up the difference. Shoppers love to feel like they've beaten the system by scoring a $1.50 lunch, but the reality is the system beat them, and it's been doing it for decades. If you've ever stepped into Costco for just one thing, you already know how dangerous that promise is. Costco's layout isn't random chaos, it's a calculated maze designed to trap you. Unlike most grocery stores, Costco constantly shifts its inventory around. You can't count on finding items in the same spot twice. This forces you to wander, and that wandering turns into discovery. Suddenly you're staring at a kayak in the middle of winter, or a tower of gourmet chocolates you didn't even know existed. The essentials, milk, bread, eggs, they're buried at the back. To reach them, you've got to walk past impulse buy after impulse buy, and it works. Shoppers who swear they're just running in for a few basics walk out hundreds of dollars lighter. Even the warehouse aesthetic is part of the psychology. The industrial shelves and pallets create the illusion of raw, wholesale value. You feel like everything must be cheaper because it looks like it came straight from a factory. Add to that the oversized carts, and suddenly filling them feels natural. A cart that looks empty with $100 worth of goods tricks your brain into thinking you haven't bought enough. And Costco isn't just doing this for fun, it's science. Retail experts point out that when stores change layouts, shoppers are more likely to make impulse purchases because their brains shift from routine mode to exploration mode. Costco has mastered this art. Every trip feels like a treasure hunt, and treasure hunts are addictive. The result? Costco's average shopper spends far more per visit than they would anywhere else, and the shopper thinks it was their choice, when in reality the warehouse was steering every step. Costco's business model isn't just about selling products, it's about selling memberships. And in 2025, the gap between a basic membership and an executive membership has never been wider. Executive members make up only about a quarter of Costco's customers, but they account for a huge chunk of the profits. Why? Because not only do they pay almost twice as much up front, but Costco also showers them with perks, cashback rewards, exclusive discounts, and now that early access window. It sounds like a win for customers, but here's the twist. The model is designed to create status pressure. Gold Star members see what they're missing out on and start to feel like second-class citizens. That pressure pushes many to upgrade.
And here's the kicker. Costco's margins on products are famously thin, but their margins on membership fees? Almost pure profit. Every year, billions roll in just from people paying for the privilege of shopping there. And the higher that fee climbs, the more power Costco has over you. Some analysts even point out that if Costco eliminated memberships tomorrow, the company would collapse. It's not the TVs, the groceries, or even the gas stations keeping Costco alive. It's the membership machine. And every policy shift, every perk, every VIP benefit is designed to funnel you further up that ladder. So when you hear about new rewards for executive members, remember, they're not just perks, they're bait. While Costco is busy perfecting the art of shopping psychology, 2025 has also exposed some controversies the company would rather you not dwell on. Just this year, Costco faced political backlash over its diversity and inclusion policies, with state officials pressuring the company to roll them back. At the same time, the warehouse giant announced it would stop selling a controversial prescription pill in its U.S. pharmacies, sparking heated debate across the country. And if you thought that was the end of it, think again. In September 2025, Costco was forced to recall bottles of Kirkland Prosecco after reports that some bottles were literally shattering without warning. Imagine grabbing what you thought was a party favorite, only to find out it could explode in your pantry. Not exactly the flawless safety record the company likes to project. Add to that the growing complaints about food court shrinkflation, smaller slices of pizza, higher soda prices. And you start to see a company struggling to balance its reputation with rising costs. Customers are noticing, and for a brand that thrives on loyalty, cracks like these can be dangerous. These stories don't always make the headlines in glossy membership ads, but they reveal a reality customers rarely see. Behind the bargain branding, Costco is still a corporation making messy, controversial decisions like any other. Costco has spent decades building a myth. The myth of endless bargains, bulk savings, and the unbeatable $1.50 hot dog. But as 2025 proves, that myth comes with strings attached. From coded price tags to maze-like layouts, VIP membership tiers, and even hidden controversies, the warehouse giant knows exactly how to guide your shopping habits while keeping you convinced you're the one in control. The truth is, every deal has a design, every perk has a purpose, and every aisle you walk down is part of a carefully crafted system that makes Costco billions while you feel like you're winning. So the question is, now that you know the truth, will you shop differently? Or will you keep filling that oversized cart, convincing yourself that you're the one beating the system, when in reality, the system is beating you?